Tori, you had what was the thing you were rolling the dice in? Because I want to be able to. I have physical dice now, but I need to. I feel like I need to go a step further to prove
It's
ability. What do you
it's
had a
just a
lid?
cookie tin.
All right, I might go hunt for a cookie
It's a
tin so
cookie
I can
tin.
go.
Well,
So I can go. Look.
Look.
actually, how about this? How
Yeah.
about this, Trevor? Trevor,
Uh-huh. Yes.
if you find a suitable dice tin in 1 minute, I will give you whatever roll it is. I will give you favor on your first
Oh my
roll.
God.
You have 60
Oh
seconds
God.
starting now. Go.
All ass.
I was looking at something and I missed something. What did I miss?
Trevor's
rolled
off on a mission to find a dice tray, and we're
Here's
gonna
what
see how that
happened.
goes.
I realized the only way to make neurodivergent people, well, my wife realized the only way to make
Hey!
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I've seen this. I've seen videos on this on exactly what you're about to say, and
Yeah.
it's true.
basically, in order to keep things timely, a way to encourage neurodivergent children, me, is to make it a game. So like,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
I bet you I can
Mhm.
carry more chairs than the other kid at the school assembly. And so we just
No,
waddle around with like
no.
6 chairs in our
I think that wasn't that everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone loves this.
Yes, but
I
I
think that's
took it
everyone. Got it.
seriously. I took it as if like I wasn't allowed to carry less than anyone else that was currently carrying a chair. So I would stand there and wait, and I'd be like, all right, no one can see me. All right, go 7. And I'm like 14 years old, like I'm a big man. Anyway, I just
I'm
admitted
a
that
man.
publicly. Yeah.
Perfect. I love it.
Wow. Well, doing the
I ha-
unsymmetrical carry. Well done. All right, with
Let's
7.
see. Could you see the bottom of a hat?
Good,
I think so,
I
yes.
think we can
Okay.
do that.
Let's
I'll
do
allow
it.
it.
Could you see the bottom of? I just found this used
Very
Tupperware.
glamorous.
Mm.
Very
Oh, yeah.
It's
glamorous.
got like oily red
More than I've got,
lasagna
actually.
residue.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah. It's like,
There
why
was-
do my dice smell
There was
like
butter
lasagna?
in here.
Wait,
Hmm.
Trevor, only if you wear that hat when you're not rolling it.
Oh,
There you
oh,
go, yeah.
amazing. Amazing.
Mhm.
Okay. Are we? Well, the
No,
stream's
it
getting
won't
better.
stay.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's gonna stay on.
Not
But
with the
I
headphones.
respect the effort that you went to.
I will use this.
Trevor,
Hurts.
by the way,
Yeah.
59 seconds.
Wow.
on the
Excellent.
dot.
Okay, was
Very
the hat
nice.
at 59 or was the Tupperware?
No. You sat down at the chair, and I timed you when you were back
Oh,
in the
wow.
chair.
Because like when I got in, I was like, okay, cool, I'm back. I'll just shut this door leisurely, shut that door leisurely.
Subconsciously, you knew you had the time.
Man, I was flexing at the end.
Did it. All right.
All right.
Everybody ready to get started?
Mm.
Sure.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally draw Tori, Zach, and I away from Baldur's Gate 3 for at least a few hours. I'm
Maybe.
sorry. I will do the right one, but
Thank you.
today of all days with patch
No,
6
that's the
coming out.
one.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
That's a good one.
Keep it
Okay.
in.
Yeah, all right, we'll keep it in. But I do have to do another one because I am working on a supercut of me saying it one word at a time in every I have to.
One could be missing.
All right.
No, do it.
The only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. Around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hi, internet friends.
Ooh.
We are joined yet again by Trevor Collins, playing Erkurion the Human, son of Gondorian royal Prince Imrahil. Trevor, thank you for joining us again.
Thanks for having me again.
All right, is everybody? Nope, just kidding, because I have done this the last
My
like 7
word, there were
times.
no thank yous. Holy shit.
Don,
No.
Yeah, no,
let's
it's
regressive.
bad this
review
time.
all of
It's
let's
bad this
review all
time.
of the thank yous you have to do
It's
before you
bad
do
this
them.
time. It's
Who
bad
we
this
gotta
time.
get? We gotta get Nat
We
20
would,
wife.
we would like to thank our sponsor. This stream would not be possible without the Rook and the Raven. For all of your TTRPG note-taking notes or note-taking needs, you can go to therookandtheraven.com. The system we are using is The One Ring from Free League Publishing. The artwork is done by Sarah M. Shunky. You can find her at Sarah M. Shunky on Instagram. The battle maps that were successfully avoided by Erkurion rolling a Gandalf are done by Little Wit the Cartographer. You can find his services on Facebook, and the music is crafted by Cullen Vance. You can go to cullenvancecreative.com for all of your music needs. I have commissioned some new music from him, and I'm very excited for you all to hear it several weeks from now. I also want to thank my wife. She goes by Nat20Wife. Honey, thank you so much. Also want to give huge kudos because the last time we recorded this, I was about to play in stream of hers, and it was her very first live TTRPG stream. And with 41 followers on Twitch, we managed 283 views and raised $700 for a grand total, with the 30 of us that were raising money for Doctors Without Borders, to $26,000. So if you are listening to this,
Dip.
thank you so much. If you were there, if you spread the word, if you just, said good luck, wishing you all the best, we appreciate all of the love and support. And hats off to the folks that organized that, because my goodness, you all did some great work. So thank you all. With all of those announcements successfully remembered and out of the way, is everybody ready to get started?
I am. My bangs
Let's
aren't,
do it.
but that's okay.
It's okay. I reckon there's be a supercut somewhere of me adjusting my hair in every video. It will be there.
Every
It
hair
is-
toss.
There was I went back and it was so humbling. It was awful. It was horrendous. And for everyone who's watched me slowly, constantly just mess my hair if I'm not speaking or if I'm like, I'm so sorry. There is
No, your
so
hair
much of
adjusting
it.
is my eating. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Fine.
I'm usually
Seriously,
trimming
it's
on my
every
mustache
video,
or
and
something.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's so much. I'm so
Everyone's got
sorry,
a thing,
everyone who
man,
just
it's
has to
fine.
Yeah.
constantly adjust. But anyway, if someone's to make a supercut of that, it's gonna be like 3 hours long. So I'm so sorry.
Hey, don't
but you'll
worry
be
about- don't worry
handsome
about
at
it.
the end of every cut.
I think I'm just never satisfied. I don't know what that says about me, but it's.
I do remember very specifically someone calling out the day you wore like a button up and suspenders, you fixing your hair in like the beginning. You were on your way to an event or something. and you had
Yeah,
to like dress a certain way, and they're like, is Zach wearing glasses and suspenders and fixing his hair every 5 minutes? I'm like, yes, but it's for work. I promise he's not just trying to make
was,
himself
yeah.
look good.
What was that for? I can't remember. I went.
One of the
to
books, Fourth Wing thing, or
Yo, you're absolutely right. Holy shit! You
Oh.
know my own life better than I do. Yeah, I went to the
Yeah.
fourth wing. Opening.
You've been busy.
It's too much.
Yeah. All right. You want to escape into Middle Earth and forget about all of the too much?
Yes.
Let's
Please.
go. And welcome back. When we last left off, the party had successfully made their way off of the mainland of Middle Earth to the island of Tol Falas, accompanied by their new companion Erkurion, the son of Prince Imrahil, one of the Gondorian nobles, as well as two sisters, Havarti, whom Tinel has seemingly taken under her wing in a redemption training arc that I didn't even think to start. You just took the initiative on that one, so kudos to you, Tori.
Also, we're just calling her Havarti now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
Her name's Havari.
her
but,
name
like,
is Havari with
Yeah.
a V.
but it's Havarti.
It's a party.
Yes, Havarti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also, Charlotte, you mentioned this very briefly. Her sister's name is Abella, and I don't know if I said that or if I said the wrong name the last time, but her sister's name is Abella. She's 10. She hasn't spoken much. She's just
I feel like you
there.
said a completely different name last
I
time.
might
I
have.
Yeah.
you
but
absolutely did.
I
but
have
didn't write
Pella.
it down.
What did you write down,
Get
Tori?
the notes.
I don't
Yeah.
have it.
Oh.
I realized he said it after the. Do you have it, Trevor?
Wow, I can enter Tori's compilation of all the everyone here. Remember, here's my notes. I have Pella written down.
Hella.
That's
Pella?
what it was.
I have Pella written
Yeah,
down
that was
because that was the
Pella.
first time I had heard it. So I was like, oh, thank God.
Here's the thing. I don't remember what I
Abella.
said the first time, so I was going to go with whatever Charlotte said, but now I think it might just be better if we go with what Trevor said.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
that's
it's
what her
Pella,
name is now.
man.
What if it just kept changing? You know,
Every-
like a game
Well,
of
actually,
telephone
we don't-
every time we see
Was
her.
that if that was last session? We don't actually know what it was the first session, so it may be.
It wasn't said.
I'll
It
check
could
wasn't
be
later.
said.
anything. We
Don't
haven't
talk
heard
to-
it.
Don't
Chat,
talk to her. I
Hey
just-
chat, if you wanna name the sister from the first episode, you can do that. But give us a name.
We don't
Let's see-
care.
Let's see
We're
what
not
happens.
cops.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
gonna be
It's
the
like,
name.
Well,
have
her name's
200
Pella
page-
now.
I have 200 pages of notes and I don't remember and I can't hear it because we talk over each other.
Can I also just like pause and like just reflect on the fact that Tori being the notes person is so perfect because she is the historian.
Whoa.
Oh,
Thank you. I'm gonna write that
Welcome to the
down.
gang.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
We need
Boy,
a
that's shots fired
historian
for
compilation.
Apex.
I'm putting that on a t-shirt. I'm gonna translate it into Elvish.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That
I just
is
I just won't
wonderful.
forget when we landed and I'm vamping because I have to confront my father further here, and it's so stressful if I'm honest. So like when I was like thinking about a moment, Tori had my back and she was like, "Listen, I got the notes. Here it was. This was what was happening." I'm like, "Excellent, excellent." It was everything that I was like, "Okay, I just wanted to make sure of." Oh
I
god.
Tori
got
knows
you.
what's up. Tori knows what's up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Very
baby.
clutchy.
This is the third notebook of this campaign. So, and
I
it's
love
only
it.
got 10 more pages left.
Oh my god.
That's
Okay.
unreal.
Let's get going then. Because we are going to pick up almost immediately after we left off. But before that, I need to finish the recap because there was this very important thing that Halloweth remembered while they were on the ship. A bunch of things happened. Gorge and the rats lost their ability to speak. Halloweth from the crow's nest noticed that there was a girdle, a seemingly ancient magical barrier of ancient days, the likes of which he has not seen in many, many thousands of years. Tariel, you did notice the shimmer, but it didn't mean anything to you at the time. In the interest of trying to figure out what things are, if it comes up again, I will allow you to continue to make insight or awareness or whatever checks you want to make. The DC will just be a little bit harder, so it'll be more difficult as you go. Tanel was working on her training arc with Havari. Beery didn't have anything specific that you wanted to get into, but I will leave you to your machinations in a moment. Halloweth, you specifically mentioned to me, Zach, that you wanted Halloweth to sort of meditate on and focus on the nature of this girdle. We will also get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Trevor, first in the pitching order, or the batting order, excuse me, up to bat first. Erkurion, you are going to step back from this embrace with your father as he says, "Let us sow the seeds of peace." And I would like to know in this moment, set the scene for us, what's going through your mind as you gaze out onto this rather massive piece of land, the mountain to your back in the distance. You see the crew and your new friends in front of you as your father stands at your side.
It's this weird feeling of not only has my world just been wrecked, seeing forgive me, the name of the city, Dol Amroth, kind of in ruin, and knowing that it's overgrown and that some wild magic is taking place. Like I'm already in tumult. But now I have that really, I think you all maybe can empathize in a way, this really uncanny feeling that you have when your parents meet your like work friends or colleagues or friend. Like it's this weird meshing of worlds. And these are people that I've only just met, mixed with a pirate, mixed with my father, mixed with this now very unsettling background of like what is going on in the world, but also a little bit of a kind of looking around and wondering um like I'm glad he's okay. Of course, I'm glad he's okay. But knowing how the fate of the city, how is he okay? And how has he lasted fairly on this island? So it's just like a lot of questions rapidly flooding his mind, and a lot of concerns.
All right. The moment you are released from the hug and you hear your father say this, you are going to hear him yell behind him over his shoulder, "At ease!" And about a dozen or so archers that you would recognize as Dol Amrothian rangers with bows now no longer knocked and drawn, but appear from out of the trees as you're sort of on this beachhead, but the forest behind you is very thick, very dense brush. And you watch as Sengaya just kind of stands there, looks around. "Peace, indeed." And she takes the swords out, drops them onto the sand, looks back at the rest of her crew, and the rest of her crew do the same, sticking their weaponry in the sand. Looking around at all of you, she kind of chuckles like, "Isn't this awkward? But we know when we're outnumbered." Aye. And then your father, Erkurion, is going to motion back to the rest of the folks that have been sort of watching you from the shadows. I would speak with my son alone. Hercurion, with me. And he brings you closer or deeper into the forest.
Okay. I go with him.
Okay.
And
You walk for about 30 seconds, and he sits you down on just sort of like a clearing area with a couple of logs there. Speak. Quickly.
Father, first, how is it that you managed to stay okay given the state of the world? How is it that you know about what's going on in the world with only 12 men and yourself?
The island is unaffected. We know not why. And Hercurion, we cannot get back. Something prevents us from sailing. I'm sorry. I wish you had not come at all, but perhaps it is safer here. But we cannot get back.
Is there something preventing you from heading in? Is it a creature? We've fought one of these sea serpents before. Is it magic? We have a skilled crew of elves and a very gifted dwarf. You should see some of the machinations he's come up with.
Tell me about them, quickly. And before we get into rehashing your experiences over the last few days, I'd like you to just sort of tell me in passing, how much are you revealing to your father in this moment?
I think I've developed a lot of trust with this group here, but facts are facts. Like, this is my father. He earns everything out of me. There is a level of trust that I don't think can be earned in just a few days. So I'm willing to be pretty forthcoming and candid with him on everything, especially given the scope of why I came and also what I've now learned this party's after.
What of the true nature of Sangaya?
Well, I'll be honest about that one. It's a very difficult, rocky relationship, to say the least. But again, I have to reiterate, she could have allowed me to sail eagerly into harm's way. She has, at the few times given the opportunity to save me and show that she might be worth some level of trust. And again, given the scope of these issues, I think we owe it to ourselves.
You see him sort of crane his neck a little bit, and all of that sort of like as he's listening, processing, squinting eyes, pinching the bridge of his nose.
It was not an easily made decision.
Oh, I imagine it
You
was
must
not.
understand.
Of course, it will make rebuilding more difficult.
But at least we might be able to rebuild.
We will need to think about population control. There are some in her crew that do not seem fit. They may serve as... And he seems at a loss for words at this, almost as if he can't bring himself to say it. They may serve their uses, dead or alive.
Do you see a path forward for them if they can earn their trust in roles with supervision down the line? Do you see them being able to free themselves from their past?
The island is only so big. If we are to rebuild a peoples and continue our exploration, then perhaps we can...
You would say that the world is worth losing and that this is all we have left, that we should just give up now?
And you watch the moment with his son has passed and the military man comes out. Hercurion, it seems you fail to grasp the seriousness of this situation. I have been here because we cannot get back to the mainland. Middle Earth is no longer accessible to us. We must sail further south to see what influence, whatever is keeping us from our shores. I do not expect you to understand, but hard decisions may need to be made, and if we are to rebuild the civilizations of Middle Earth, I would do it with you by my side and not have you against me.
I trust what you say, that we can't get back to the land, but you've instilled this in me, a fervor, a firm desire to help. And so you understand how I can't easily just give up on trying to get back and finding a way back. I trust that.
By all means, take the ship and sail.
What did you face out there trying to get back?
A compulsion. A compulsion that we cannot fight.
Of the mind?
Of the mind, of the ship, of the body, of the spirit. Who knows what evil magics work in Middle-earth? But we cannot fight it.
And this is kind of out of the conversation, Don. Is there
Yeah.
another island? Is there any sort of other populace that I could proffer some sort of like alliance with, like to my father here, or
you could make me a lore check with ill favor.
okay?
Except the little bit that we were having before this stream, which I may or may not include, where I gave you 1 minute to have a hat to roll your dice in, and you have a fun little St. Patrick's Day hat, I think.
I think so. Yes.
Cool. You can make this roll with favor then, instead of ill favor.
Okay. So with favor, it doesn't just neutral it out.
No, I'll give you
Okay.
favor on this. I'm a
So
man of my
favor
word.
means 2 12s.
2 d12s. Take the higher of the two.
Okay. Goodness. Let me get out another d12. All right. That's a lot of dice. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. I'll pull out. There's a 3 and 11. Let's see. 4, 5, 10, 14, 21, 25 total.
With a 25 total, it would come to your mind that Sengaya
Oh, they'll-
probably. Yeah, you don't have to show the roll.
They'll
I
tumble.
trust you. Yeah. It's a really, for those listening on the podcast, it's a really big top hat. So there's no way we're seeing that deep down into it.
If I do this, it's all just gone.
Yeah, no.
It's like Shrek's in Cabaret. Green
You would think that if you were to try to want to find islands, Sengaya would immediately be the person to talk to, because the few islands that you know are of Gondorian off the coast, but are more or less abandoned or like edge of the frontier kind, because they're so often raided or occupied by Sengaya's people, the Corsairs of Umbar. But
Okay.
if you were to bring Sengaya into that conversation, it would potentially have your father reconsider or at least change course.
Okay. So I'll just kind of abandon that offering then. I think
For the
the
time
most
being, at least. I don't want you
Yes.
to completely write it off.
Yes, that's I think for the moment here, until I can speak to the elves who might know of any level of magics that might be at play here, I think I will say this and kind of leave this moment for myself to think about. So I'll say to my father, I say, okay, I understand. Something as strange as what's happening with the land is happening here out at sea. I think let's continue to talk with the group and see what we can do about rebuilding in some form.
You want to speak with the group. You cannot simply walk onto my shores and upend the plans that I have made. You are either with us, or
They should be brought into, not Sengaya. They should be brought into the plans at some point, right? If they are going to be part of these plans, I don't think that they need to know everything, but they certainly need to know that A, we can't make it back to shore, so they don't think that we're holding them hostage here. And B, I don't know what level of magics is at work out there, but we could at least enlist some help from the elves, some knowledge.
do you know that these elves are not responsible for our inability to get back to shore?
I don't see how. I understand you're wary.
Nor I.
There is a
There-
lot happening here, and there's a lot of reasons to have secrets, but we can have secrets until the end of the day, until the end of the world. But I think at a certain point, I've learned, Father, that we must approach some uncomfortable truths in order to make it to tomorrow. If there was some mysterious magics on this ship, I would have been done for long ago and not brought to these shores.
Make a persuasion check for me, Arcurion.
Ooh, not very.
He makes a good point.
Actually, though, Trevor, I'll give you this, and I forgot to say it last time. I will allow you to add 1 extra d6 to your persuasion checks for Gandalfing, and I'll let you peer behind the curtain here. The battle map of the dozen or so soldiers as you try to defuse the tension between Sangaya's forces, you all, and the soldiers in the forest, was avoided completely by your Gandalf last session.
Oh,
So, well
Holy
done, you.
cow.
Yeah.
Golly.
I don't
I
know
don't
if I
know
made
how.
that clear enough with the sort of
No.
soldiers pointing arrows at you, but yeah, that was one of the options that we had planned.
Oh, wow. Okay. 10, 5, 4. So a 19
Mhm.
against my 11 target.
Okay, with a 19, he's gonna stare at you for a moment, and this is one of those. If you've ever watched Succession, this is Brian Cox's stare. This is the dad, the military dad stare, the rich dad stare. The is my son man enough to take part in this conversation? And I mean man enough in the toxic masculinity way. But you also know that this is not necessarily your father's true nature. Something has him rattled. He's going to look at you and say, speak with your group and have my men bring Sangaya. I would speak with her alone. Well, on her own.
And with that, before I leave, I do say, because I don't know if we'll have a moment of peace again after these conversations. So I wanted to take this opportunity to speak with him one-on-one with the news that I had originally brought on my own personal mission to him, which is to say that, Father, I understand now that you did try to make it back. I think you need to understand the state of affairs in Gondor and Minas Tirith, that it does still stand, but hope is essentially lost. It is why I came to seek your help and seek your aid to bring you back and rekindle what remaining threads of hope we do have. I also have news of Faramir. He was injured in battle by a poisoned blade. We were able to get him off the battlefield quickly enough, but he will no longer be able to walk. We had to remove both legs to save his life. Though he is as willful as ever, his hope remains. He refuses to let him change him. I'm sorry to bring you more complications to an otherwise incredibly dire situation we find here, but I thought in this last moment of peace that you and I might have that I owed you this information.
Faramir still lives. That is hope beyond what I'd looked for. Though apparently some of my players may have some reactions. I'll let you all sorry guys, surprise.
Is that okay that I
We
It's
just-
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't. You know
Yeah.
what? He doesn't need his legs to sit as the steward of Gondor. He doesn't need them. What do you even need those for?
We're not there. I can't add it to my notes yet. That's not
I know.
fair.
as
I'm
I'm
instantly building schematics for things.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
as I'm approaching the conversation, I go, "Can we cone of silence this?"
Yeah.
But
There's just
The
our
elves are
faces
like,
poking
Yeah,
out
did
the
the elf
trees.
ears?
Prick up. Ooh,
Oh, oh.
Oh,
But I
that's
figure
why they're so
Hey, oh.
pointy. It's like
to break the fourth wall, though, I do figure that after this conversation, that this information would have been made quite available to this party, Don.
Yeah.
Aw.
In the interest of trying to figure out how to do that, make me an awareness check,
Sure.
Erkurion.
it's fine.
Yeah, how far in the woods have we gone here?
Well,
What-
with that information, I have plans.
That is an Eye of Sauron.
Oh, what do our
Yay.
elf ears hear, Don?
I haven't been around these elves long enough to know, and they're all going, "My God!"
Oh my god!
Oh, silly mortal.
Oh,
We just
Eye
spoken like
of
you fool.
You.
So I was at because it's not a contested role. I actually had other plans for this information. I'll allow Trevor.
I
who
mean,
can
I
sort
don't
of be
mind.
the
I
kind
don't
of-
care. You
Well,
can
I-
reveal
Yeah,
it
yeah,
in
yeah.
I
the
think I
narrative.
have.
don't care.
So the reason for this is I want to potentially move things forward, and we can get to that if we need to. But Erkurion, you have absolutely no idea what is happening, as a small lone figure with long brown hair clobbers you and tackles you to the ground and starts hugging you and saying, "You're back, you're back. This is your sister, Lothariel."
Oh,
What you see before you, I don't have the mini built, but you see a young woman, in her, I don't think I wrote down her age, damn it. But it's a younger woman, younger than you, and she wraps you up in a really big hug. I can't believe it. I never thought I'd see you again. Why didn't you tell me he was back? And just kind of smothers you with the sisterly affection of body weight. Just kind of, yeah.
Wait, which sister is this?
The only one she has. Or the only one that Erkurion
Okay,
has.
sorry, I was looking at Imrahil because Imrahil has 2 sisters.
Yeah, Imrahil has 4 children, 1 sister, and the sister's name is Lothariel. Yeah. So yeah, you are immediately tackled to the ground. I'm going to say you take 1 point of damage. Just
okay. I get tackled to the ground. I go, oh, I kind of like awkward laugh because I'm so happy to see that she's safe and okay and here and I'm holding her, but I'm also like, wait, she's here and she's trapped with us. And but I just, all that, I forget all of it. And I hug her back and I just like allow myself to forget everything in the moment and just be happy that I've rejoined with my sister.
Excellent. It is in this moment after the embrace ends that you hear a side of your father you haven't heard in a while. Your sister, and I just looked it up, 19. But your father, for lack of a better term, is a military/girl dad. If you understand my meaning, this is sort of an American reference for folks. The deep, brusque nature gives way to a Lothariel told you to stay the camp and protect your mother. She's going to be very cross with you if she learns you've left. I couldn't resist. I knew something was important when I saw everybody leave. Is everyone back? No, but Erkurion is here. Why don't you go with him to the beach and meet all of the new companions that he has brought with us, and Erkurion, send the pirate back. Pirates? Pirates? Which pirates? And I'll leave it to you to sort of take the reins, whether you would like to insist on staying or you go with your sister.
So his father's telling him to go tell the pirates
to
off?
Come back. Yeah, to go tell the pirates to be escorted back to him by the guards. The Sangaya and Imrahil are going to have a conversation right now under heavily armed guard.
Oh, gotcha. I think given that that conversation is going, I will go with my sister to allow that conversation to take place.
Okay, great. You head back, and Sangaya sort of raises an eyebrow and says, "Princeling, what news?"
Oh man, she's gonna have to negotiate her own. Her own. My father would like to speak with you.
Yes,
I would say in private, but I hope you understand that there's no talking off his guards.
There is no privacy on a pirate ship, boy, and looks around. Nor is this island big enough for all of us, it would seem. Very well, and hands up. What of my crew?
Did he want the crew to go with or to stay?
He did not say the crew was invited.
Yeah. I would say you keep the crew stood here firmly. I wouldn't let them go wandering off if you can help it.
You'll be taking care of them then?
For the most part, I suppose they'll be under the watch of our group.
Very well. Gentlemen and lady, no funny business. And she walks off. And the crew stands there very well behaved for the time being. Lothariel, though, is going to just be ecstatic. You didn't tell me you brought elf friends? How long have you had elf friends?
Oh,
Oh my
no.
goodness. And is that a dwarf? I've never seen a dwarf before. Can you introduce me?
Absolutely, I may. You haven't known because I've only known them for a few days now. You must. She's 19, but I'm talking to her like she's 12. You must understand that. I've only known them a few days, and so it is worth being stranger danger and all that. You're 19, you understand. But please, come see my group. They're wonderful people, and I introduce them one by one to each and every person.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, it's such a pleasure to meet you all. I have studied the lore of your peoples for your thousands of years. When did my schooling start? I was 12 when mother started teaching me, and then my
I just
tutor
rest
and-
my hand on her shoulder and I just give a knowing smile. Like, as you can see, she is very excited to meet you. She takes very much after my mother, who is apparently also on this island. So
Yeah, well,
I would.
everyone's here. Well, everyone except Aomer. We haven't had. Oh, excuse me. And she looks at the rest of you. Lord Aomer, first of his name and rightful king of the Rohanian peoples.
Well,
who
that's
was my
changed.
excuse me?
No, actually, finish that sentence. I will interrupt you in a second.
My father saw fit to seek alliance with the peoples of Rohan, and so in true Gondorian and Rohan alliance fashion, I was betrothed at a young age to a Lord Aomer of the Mark, third Marshal of the Western Ritter. Yet we have heard no word from him, and you watch as the gears start to turn as the military training of your sister that was sort of driven into her by the father you have, the military you have, the culture you were brought up in, doesn't quite work as she should be remembering these very important things, but she straightens up quickly. In that we have had no word from Rohan in many months, my father has seen fit to leave my hand in another's of one that may see fit to bring us alliance.
Would that be a
Ooh.
one Grima worm tongue?
That is the name I was not that name. It was a silver tongue.
Ah,
Can
Ah.
Tauriel just like snatch up her hands? Just
Yes.
so psyched. Just look her dead in the eye and say, Lothiriel,
Hmm.
we have wonderful news for you.
I may have had a small hand in changing your plans.
A silver
Unknowingly.
tongue is on his way.
Not
No.
exactly. Lord Silvertongue, as you knew him, was Grima Wormtongue, as we knew him. His tongue would not much have availed you, I think, but it's no matter. He's
Sorry, I tried
That
to
was
stay in
awesome.
character. I'm so It's a very serious moment of truth.
cunning linguist though he was.
Oh yeah, the linguistics of the man.
Thank
were-
you, Tauriel.
He is currently under the Hall of Meduseld.
And
Heavens.
Lord Aomer is still hale and handsome as ever.
Lord Aomer lives?
His
Oh, yes.
sister, however, reigns in Rohan.
As a queen. And you bring news of this because missives have reached the Elven kingdoms? She says this very, very trepidatiously, as if she is hoping against hope that perhaps you know for sure, and that this is not hearsay.
Tariel's gonna look at her compatriots like, do you guys want to explain
We
everything that's going on?
yeah, we have crossed paths with him. We have seen him with our own eyes. He is.
A
You
lot
see,
better now.
wait for it,
Yes.
a single tear
There we
run
go.
down her
Sarah's
eye.
here.
There we go.
Chat drink.
Take
and
a
then
shot.
she bursts into tears.
Oh,
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 no.
okay, okay.
I hoped
Oh.
not. I did not. Oh, you brought me
Oh.
the best news of hope unlooked for. She
Oh.
falls down to her knees and
oh,
Okay.
okay.
Hey, little circles on the back. Hey,
Yeah, breathe,
I didn't know
breathe.
humans could leak so much.
I think I help her up and I say, it's been an emotional day for all of us, Lotheria. I
Oh.
think it's best that maybe you head back to the house to prepare mother for the party to engage, offer some sort of food or drink, whatever. I think we all need a breather from the last minutes to hours of what we've all experienced here.
is is and she looks up at the group. Is he handsome?
Oh, yes.
And Queen Eowyn, do you think she would see fit, though he is not the king, to join our hands together? I have not seen him in many, 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 many moons. Oh my.
Well, I'm sure she would. Although you're best to ask Tanel. No one knows the Queen of Rohan quite like Tanel.
Oh, indeed.
Just a full blush across Tanel's face.
Tanel
Are you
is the
trying to
queen-
hide this?
I don't think she realizes that it's happening until it's far too late.
Okay.
insight
good.
check.
Tanel
I feel
is-
like
I want to do a bit.
Want to do a bit? Do a bit. Do a bit.
Yes, Tanel. Is the Queen of Rohan not fair and wise? The
Yes.
fairest, perhaps?
Yes.
How would you describe the Queen of Rohan?
Oh, Jesus.
Air Curion, make me an insight check.
Please.
Okay.
While I think about this.
I feel like I was about to turn my sister away to head back, and then this next piece of it, she's talking over her shoulder, and then this starts happening, and we both stop and turn back around, and my character's just okay. Insight.
Yep.
I'm loving this as much as I am as me. My character and Trevor both enjoy insight. There we are. Okay. Oh.
Rolling for gay.
How good is Arcurion's gaydar, basically?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what we're
Let's see,
figuring out.
13. That's a 19 against my 13.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty
uh,
gay,
In
my dude.
fairness, the
Tori.
gays aren't subtle, so
Yeah.
You know what? Tori, remind me of your persuasion target number when you were trying to hit. You're trying to hit what, your wit?
Yeah, which is 11.
11. Oh, so I can't even have you roll a d6 to try and.
I can. What would, if you would like me to roll?
Air Curion. You know what puppy love looks like. And it's forehead kisses and hugs and slow burns and nothing else. You feel as though you've seen this expression on many a young woman's face in your day, and perhaps maybe even the cause of a few of those faces, as you and Lotheria look pensively but inquisitively at these elves and this dwarf. And the two humans. The cheese sisters are still there.
Oh, perfect.
The cheese sisters.
The Havarti party.
There it is.
I said so Irishly. The Havarti party.
The Havarti party. Well,
Well, he's got the green hat for it.
There you go.
Would it do well? Your sister chimes in. Would it do well to perhaps sit for a spell on the beach and discuss the goings on? I've not seen you, brother, in many months, and it would be lovely to meet your your new friends.
cannot believe you just let Tanel off the hook like that.
Oh, she's staring off in the middle distance. Blush.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled
Error
an insight check
404.
I rolled an insight check without you knowing.
Excellent. Error 404.
Elf not found.
Yeah.
Tanel, the Queen of Rohan.
Yes, she is well and fair and strong
And what consent? She would consent to. You believe she would consent to?
I believe she
Remember?
would. Yes.
Oh,
she seems to know her very well, Lotheria. I think yes.
Well,
I would trust what she says.
You've journeyed with her before then, in Rohan.
Yes, we have traveled for quite a while together. They're well, I promise.
That
Biblically.
Oh well.
Hang on.
Did
I
you
don't,
just say
All right.
biblically?
I don't know if that applies to.
I was like, no, not.
Oh,
not
this
yet.
is a slow burn, my friends. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, no, no, no.
75 chapters
This is-
before they hold hands type of deal.
Oh, someone's gonna write a fan fiction of my fan fiction.
Can only hope.
Yeah. I think this conversation will kind of continue on into sort of the day as you all sort of stay on the beach, as it becomes a 15-minute wait and then a 30-minute wait. Father Sangaya still not back. No word from any of the soldiers. An hour wait. Crew's still there. Seems to be behaving.
How
Hello.
far away is this conversation taking place?
It's further deeper into the woods than you were.
So I probably wouldn't have any bearing on any sounds.
You're welcome to go look if you would so choose, but I'll say unless you all want to sneak off, you're free to do on the island what you will. Halloweth, I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah, Halloweth's going to speak with Akirion, and why am I doing this third personally? Halloweth walks over to Akirion and says, Akirion, now seems as good a time as any. I would very much like to hear what your people, specifically your father, are doing on this island still, and why they haven't left yet.
Well, what
What
brought him
would
here
you-
is a complicated matter. But I think the important fact here is that he seems to think that they are trapped. That there is some compulsion, he calls it, when they try to sail back. Otherwise, he would have left here long ago. And he seems sure that there is no possible journey back.
I understand.
Halloweth,
This is
in this
useful
moment,
information.
yeah, I will allow you, if you would like, to go ahead and make another insight check into the girdle.
And this
Yeah.
is with all of us, correct?
I will say this
Yeah.
conversation can happen within that hour. You are all here having this discussion.
Thank you.
Havari and her sister, as well as Lothiriel included.
So Halloweth initiated it. So I think Tariel is probably just sitting on a tree listening.
I got a 19 with a 6.
On a 19 with a 6, you would remember the inner workings of, the girdle, not the rumors of the girdle. So all of the tall tales that might have happened, you're aware that the girdle is meant to keep evil out. At least that's how it was back in the first age, in the forest of Doriath, in Middle-earth.
Familiar.
And it was maybe not necessarily meant to keep people in, but rather a compulsion to stay in because of the safety that existed within it.
Okay. I have somewhat the skeleton of a plan. There is potentially a loophole where you may be able to enter in the same way that Beren was able to enter the girdle of Melian. This would involve a lot of persuasion on all of our part. And I guess how this is going to include everyone in on this conversation.
Mhm.
It is said that Beren was able to enter the girdle because his doom was greater than her power. If you would commit your father and your people, and he takes a step back, this is an extortionate amount to ask anyone. If you would commit them to the cause of saving Middle-earth in what would be deemed a sacrifice. Not necessarily a sacrifice, but if they went willingly to a point where they believed they might and would willingly die for the cause, they might be able to surpass the girdle and enter through.
Are you saying that they will certainly have to give their lives or risk potential, if not certain death on this
I'm
fight?
saying they would have to be willing and fully, believingly willing to give their lives if they wish to enter.
Or a history check on the girdle, Don?
Lore check, yeah. Halloweth, take 3 hope points. I
That was so good.
reward
That was deep lore.
That was
Googling
awesome.
That was
the
good.
That was
fuck out.
really good.
Well done.
That's an 8, 2 6s, a 5, and a 2.
Okay. What specific information are you looking for?
I think there's just one little thing that Tario would just chime in about Baron.
Please.
Essentially. Halloweth, forgive me, but Baron knew not that he drew near the girdle. Is that true?
Oh, I'm gonna give a gamble here because this is based on Zach lore, not so much everything
Mhm.
else.
Mhm.
I believe he did not, but his doom was certain. Therefore, his doom was going to be more powerful no matter what.
My
I
question
believe
is, but if they know, if we ask them to go willingly and knowingly, will it still work the same as if their doom simply drew them by the hand?
No, not. I am simply trying to bend fate to our will, as no one ever has. This has never been done before. This has never existed since the Forest of Doriath. And I'm doing what I can.
You say it takes a power greater than that creates the girdle to get through, yeah?
Yes. More powerful than the Creator.
It might not be that any of us can get back without all of us together.
That is the sacrifice you must be willing to make. I didn't say this was an easy choice. I'm simply giving you the option. And with my
Well,
whole heart, it might not even work.
it seems it may be, to me, the only choice, but you're right. We will have quite the dilemma on our hands. It doesn't seem to be a dangerous barrier as they've tested it before and they've ended up back here, though I don't know if they have lost any men in the attempt. But he seems now convinced more than ever that starting a new civilization, a new future outside the girdle might be the only way. So I will need a lot of support if it is that we're going to convince my father and all of his men.
You have it. I promise you that. And if it comes to your father wanting to search for distant lands in the southern regions, and Halworth looks back to his group, we will not stop him, and we will understand. If he wishes to fight to save his kingdom and his people, and to save those of further kingdoms, that would be a most noble act, and his legacy would be etched forever in the lives of elves, men, dwarfs, and all free folk.
All right. Let's see when he returns.
For the first time ever, I am actually going to have to say this. Erkurion, take a hope point from Zach, from Halloweth.
Ooh.
Nicely done there.
Yoink.
Ah.
Nicely done there.
So
Didn't want to.
Is that
It's a
two?
transfer. It's a transfer,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Okay,
So
excellent.
you have 2 now. Giving hope to others. I love it.
Aw.
I will say that we can sort of continue conversations as is. If anyone has any other points they want to bring up in this sort of girdle conversation, they can. Otherwise, we can move on to the sort of next portion of this.
I think that, and we don't have to go into depth about it, but in that conversation, I think Tanel will bring up that there are armies fighting already, and that Imrahil wouldn't be alone in the fight.
No, and the information that Curion has is actually useful because it's that's used as evidence for, hey, everyone else is fighting. If you want to, you know,
All right,
jump
yeah,
in.
and
All
we
the
can
cool
bring
kids are
that up.
doing it.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
bring that up
Exactly.
to
Yeah,
him,
yeah, yeah.
though. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
have
yeah.
we
Okay.
have we yet ascertained the source of the girdle? If we hypothesize
That was my
that-
question.
Because
yeah,
I
was
think
gonna
I don't remember what the exact interaction was, but we seem to understand that it was not Gwai here.
So you are unclear as to who it could be. The roll that Halloweth made to figure out who it was, there are only a handful of people. Círdan the Shipwright, Galadriel, perhaps Gwaihir, Elrond, maybe Thranduil-ish. You've seen sort of the magical effects of things at work. But I think, no, it hasn't been clear yet. And I think, Halloweth, if you want to spend some time meditating
That
on
was going to be my
That
thing.
was-
I've
yeah.
narrowed, basically the last session I narrowed it down. That's what I did.
Mhm.
I narrowed it down to about 5-ish people, and I would need to study and feel and get a sense of the girdle a little more to know exactly whose influence this is. If it doesn't seem to be evil, though, that was what I remember feeling, was it didn't seem to be evil. But I could be wrong. That might be
It's so
Gwahir
so
playing a
the
trick. I don't know.
way you rolled, I believe it was unclear to you at
Yeah,
that point.
okay.
So no way
Okay.
one way or the other.
Then I will be, while everyone else is chatting away, Halloweth's going to bow. He's kind of said his piece, said his potential plan, and as ever, is going to spend some time by himself, please and thank you, to go
Yeah, good for him.
leave. That's enough talking for one day. He's
Moonlight
gonna
stroll on the beach.
he's gonna kind of just backwards walk, like yeah, and just kind of
A
slowly.
social battery.
Yeah, this is good. This is
Yeah.
excellent.
For those listening on the
Cool.
podcast, Zach is getting up. He's taking off his headphones. He's walking away. The
Yeah.
introvert has run out of social battery. Please
Yeah, see ya.
recharge.
He's gonna go up and climb the crow's nest to this ship, this dock. He's gonna get
His
back on the
new
ship.
happy
To
place.
climb. He's gonna his private place, his me
Mhm.
space. He's gonna climb up and sit on the floor and just exist in a private space for a
Mhm.
while. And
Okay, great. What are the rest of you doing as this happens? Beery, what's up?
Well, as the elf meditates in a very elven way, Beery's going to meditate in a very dwarven way. He's
Okay.
going to scout around. He's going to look around this beach and look for malleable metals.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an explore check. And you've got
Ooh.
Gorge with you, so take favor.
Feel like I'm back in Florida on spring break. Somebody's got a metal detector on the beach. You know,
I mean, you kind of do. It's just a boar and not a
or here,
metal
that's,
object.
That's my mum's job, so I get nothing but that.
Beery.
It was a
Archaeologist.
success. Oh, it was a mild success with a 19.
Okay, great. You're gonna see a lot of molten style rock, and you begin to understand that the island you're actually on is probably a very dormant volcano. Based on the sort of material, the makeup of the island, what you've seen before, what you know about the different types of materials that are located there, this is sort of and I'll leave you, the blacksmith, to sort of like figure out if you want anything. This is more or less a dormant volcano kind of area.
Okay. You know, him and Gorge are having sweet little like conversations, one-sided conversations, right?
Mm-hmm. Still hasn't gotten the speech
How
back yet.
How about any of the guards, what they're wearing, or any of their tack, or anything that
swords in
they-
the sand.
The pirate swords are in the sand, but the pirates are also standing around the swords.
Wait,
It's not
Are there any pommels that are a little bit more malleable than like non-ferrous materials, like
I mean-
silver or gold or something like that?
Make me a scan check for these pirate swords.
Okay.
Where does
They
it
put up
say that
gorge. Oh!
Tophalis was a volcano?
It doesn't. I'm trying to do
Here,
something
make-
cool.
Okay, well, shut up then. Cut that part.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay, good.
This part, I'm gonna edit out. This
Cut it.
part.
Cut it out.
I'm going in the trash with this part.
No, you're
Throw
not.
Trevor in the
What?
trash.
It's a Gandalf.
Oh,
Hey!
yeah. With that, every single one of these swords is a stolen, ornate, ceremonial, like rapier, epee, fine, encrusted with gold and jewels, all completely stolen. You understand? But there, and in a pile, and being watched by about a half a dozen pirates.
Okay. Well, as
Can I
Beery
help?
excitedly like makes like little fists with his toes,
Oh, I want to help so bad.
yeah.
I need Beery and Kiri to
Okay,
team
this
up.
was gonna happen.
Oh no.
All of a sudden, Beery just gasps in absolute thematic horror as he peers off into the horizon, the sparkling ocean. It's back! And try to persuade them
Oh my
that
God.
the sea monster has returned.
Oh my god.
All right, what are we
Uh,
rolling?
Oh my god. Well, none of you are rolling
can I-
anything. This
It's
is
just the
oh,
pirates,
Oh
right?
no, Tanel trusts Beery implicitly. She's looking.
Oh, okay. I want to do that too. Yeah. So
Okay.
everyone
This
is
is
like,
not helping
"He's
Hal with
right."
meditation.
Okay. So Halwith, you're gone.
I
would
know
like
this isn't helping. I can hear it though. Of course you can hear it. You can hear
Just like
the
one eye
ruckus.
peeks open, pissed off.
Oh, he's furious. He is.
Fury.
He's just gonna get youths.
Make me a persuasion check, and elves and human make me an insight check. This is just a contested roll. You're either going to
Oh,
know he's
boy.
joking or causing a distraction.
There is
I'm
a
not-
6.
I'm not rolling shit.
The one
A
time
success
I'm
with a
upset.
15, not his
What'd you-
best.
What'd you do, Tanel?
The one time I'm upset, it's a Gandalf.
I also
come-
Gandalf.
I did not
my
get
God.
it, but I did get a
on.
21, I think.
Oh God.
Dang it,
Oh.
son of a.
Beery, you rolled a what?
What did I say? It was a 16. I
That-
already bumped my dice.
That's fine.
But it was a
It's two,
success.
it's two Gandalfs and something too high.
Yeah.
You all know immediately. There's nothing out there. Beery's using his funny tone of voice. He's up to something. Beery, make me a stealth check.
Oh, this will go well.
Excellent.
Here we go. I mean, he's wearing his cloak. I guess that helps, right? No.
I gave you that one extra D6, but
teasing.
Mm-hmm.
Succeeded by 1,
Oh, okay.
which is a 14. I'm rolling like
Come on.
real bad.
How subtle are you trying to be? Like, are you trying to do like a swipe one of them or grab all of them and run? Like, what's
Oh,
the
he's standing
spec-
on 2 of them right now.
He's
and he-
stand-
And he's like trying to like vitamin him into the sand a little bit with like with his terror. Shuffle him into the sand a little bit. At least he's coming out
okay.
with 2.
I'm gonna allow you to make an athletics check again just
Oh
to
my
see if
God.
this. I'm not gonna let this go too far.
Okay, wait.
Phenomenal.
But we've got Osanwe.
Oh, it might not be necessary because
It's
For
a
fuck's
Gandalf
sake.
with a 6.
Never mind.
He will have his swords.
By
Yeah.
the gods.
This is gonna cause problems down the line. I know it.
By Durin, these swords are ours.
What kind of problems could it possibly cause?
Oh, but
What
pirates
consequences could there be?
stealing pirates, stealing from pirates, stealing from people
Yeah,
who
he's got like his, big old dwarven boots, like covering the swords, and he's like, and he's like shuffling a little bit and pointing, like, oh, it's back. Look at it, it's huge. It's
What?
even bigger.
what is it? What is it? I don't see anything.
Oh wait,
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
But this is where I want to Osanwe.
okay.
As
I
you
would
are,
like-
go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. No, please.
Actually, no. Go ahead with the Osanwe. This might work well for me.
I'll do something funny with Tanel.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, go ahead and try and do something funny with Tanel.
I would like for Tariel to reach out to Tanel.
Uh-huh.
Where is Tanel relative to us?
Close by on the
Close
beach
by.
with everybody. Yeah.
You'll just get the impression, the very amused impression of like, what if we, by our powers combined, made these chumps think that they actually see a sea monster out there? Just a
Ooh.
little elven glamour. You know what I mean? A little shimmer, a little mirage, a little.
Can you cast
Is it a
like
fin?
minor illusion as
I don't know. We did the sparkle thing the
Yeah.
last time with the star, and you're old.
I think what Tanel will do then, like if you communicate that to sell it a little bit, she will kind of like go forward and get on the dock and peer, like hand over a sword or a bow or something, like, and just all the intensity an elf can give out
I
into
think I
the
see.
ocean.
I think I see something over there. Yeah.
Oh, you certainly do.
Yeah, clearly. Tanel, make me an awareness check. Actually, make me a scan check, please.
Oh dear. Have we spawned something?
Have we manifested
Watch
something?
actually.
no,
Oh, well,
that actually
it
is.
actually
Oh,
doesn't
no.
matter because it's the second Gandalf in a row that I have rolled. Oh no.
You look out into the distance, and it's not a sea monster, but you hear one of the pirates say, "There!" and points off to your left. Tiny little points of light, like fallen stars, down at sea level, floating just a few feet above the surface of the water. They're about 100 yards out. There's a lot of them. And they get closer, closer, but their size does not increase. Hundreds of tiny little lights as the fireflies, the means of communication that you had set up back at the Second Council of Elrond.
I'm so happy.
They worked. They're coming back.
The fireflies have gotten through. Trevor, I will give you this little story bit. I had about 9 people, I think, on this Zoom call, and it was about as chaotic as you can imagine. So we split the party, and that was the spinoff that we were talking about. And one of the means of communication that the wizards use is animals, moths, dwarves. So the idea of fireflies was made up. And you all watch as these fireflies approach the shore, and the pirates have completely forgotten about their swords as they start stepping back further onto the beach. What is that? They're getting closer. I don't like this. What is that? And the fireflies form the following phrases written in the common tongue.
They're forming words now. They've evolved.
What do they say?
No, we gave them a
Halbarad yelled
code.
at them to form the words, probably.
Yeah,
I can
he
hear
could
it.
bend them to his will.
Uh-huh.
Spider's nest destroyed.
Yay!
We had the session a couple of days ago.
Yes. Oh,
Hell
That's
yes.
that's
Hell
the first
yes.
part. I'll wait for Tori because she's
Yeah.
That was just Val's story.
Number 2. Meet in Minas Tirith now. And 3. Gollum has escaped.
Oh, for
Fuck's sake.
We're gonna go ahead and take our 5-minute break.
Are you
here.
serious?
Thank you all so much for joining us. We will be back in 5. Thank you.
Tricksy little golems is.
Mhm.
no.
Oh, we worked so
Brave.
hard to
Oh!
keep him.
It's because
Probably looking for
Rayval
beer.
left. It's because
Probably looking
Rayval
for his
left.
pal.
Brave all left.
Oh God, what does that mean?
How you doing there, Charlotte?
So mad. We dragged that little.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yep. Dragged him so very far.
We'll find him.
Will we?
Tariel's just gonna start walking into the ocean. It's like I'm done.
Yeah,
and
can
getting him back.
can this happen with Beery, with your permission? Forgetting this whole ruse for a moment in her excitement at the first part of the news. Because Tario's been fighting big spiders for a really long time. Like, hearing the spiders are destroyed, that's great. Can she pick Beery up and swing him around?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, in like Happy.
yeah, just scoops him off his pile of swords, does a swing around.
I'm imagining like where the camera is like still facing us, but we're just like holding him forward.
Yeah, that one. But then as she does a spin, she'll catch like the next mess, the last part of the mess. She might even miss the one about Minas Tirith, but she'll catch that last one and just whoop, and just like leaves you dangling for a second, just off to the side, just starkly staring at the message. Just slowly lower Fury to the ground.
And that is where we're going to take our 5
There
minute
it
break.
is.
We'll see you all in a moment.
Oh my god.
Stick around.
Lovely.
We'll be right back. welcome back. When we last left off, things got a little crazy. The Fireflies had successfully delivered the message of the Grey Company, informing the party that the spiders had been destroyed, they are called to Minas Tirith now, and that Gollum had escaped, much to the ire of one Tariel. We will get to that in a moment, but I want to start with you, Halloweth. What are you doing on top of the crow's nest?
Halloweth is sitting cross-legged. He is absorbing every ounce of information from every sense that he possesses right now. He is delving deep back into his history. He is trying to be both present and also reflective. He is trying to remember exactly everything that he can about this girdle, about his experience with it, and from all the information he's gathered on his journey so far, what it could mean for the party currently.
Got it. Go ahead and give me a lore check, please. And you are already favored in that, so I'll allow you to.
Yeah.
We'll start with lore, and then we will work our
Okay.
way out if need be.
Thank God I'm favored. That was an arrow Sauron.
Ooh.
That's a 6.
Okay.
I beat my target number by 7. I got an 18.
Fantastic. I actually cannot beat that. With an 18, Halloweth, what are you looking to discover?
The first thing he wants to know is if his theory, if his plan has any legs, if it has a decent foothold in bringing back these people to their own homeland.
Halloweth, give me an insight check, please.
So I beat my target number by 4 with a 6.
By 4 with a 6. Hang on. Extra degree of success. Okay. You sit there for good 15, 20 minutes, taking it all in. And you reach a state of harmony with the world around you. If you've ever been far north on a clear night with no moon and the stars are out, and you have that moment of realization that you are a very tiny speck on a very large rock in a very large universe that may or may not be in a geode, according to Beery. We're not really sure. We're going to figure that out later in campaign 2. But you almost feel yourself disconnect from the world. What happens to Halloweth's mind when there is no worry in it?
Oh my goodness.
If you can remember a kind of time that you didn't have a worry.
Yeah. Halloweth, without any worry, without any kind of anxiety, would start to feel a sense of clear purpose and useful wisdom that can be directed to everyone around him without causing any distress, simply in a way that a teacher enjoys teaching, and not for the sake of doing it, but because he wants to impart knowledge. He has a wish to give. He's more generous. He is more open. He is receptive. And he thinks back to a time in his first home where he had a position of importance and he felt important. He felt that what he was doing mattered, but for good. He was able to live happily and not just be strong. He was able to be happy, not resilient.
Okay. With that, I would like you to, just to kind of set the scene here, I would like you to kind of picture a sort of elven dissociation, but one that also connects you to the world around you. And as you stare out into the darkness of the ocean, There are so few lights on the mainland. If there's a torch, you can't see it. You do, however, notice the fireflies come along, but you're not focused on that right now. Everything is right where it needs to be because you're not in the crow's nest when you open your eyes. You're in Gondolin at the tallest tower keeping watch. But you are also on top of this crow's nest staring out into the darkness. And you feel this inability to turn your head. You are staring out so intently, there's nothing that can be changed. But you hear a voice from behind you. Did you figure it out yet?
Figured out what?
The girdle? What it all means? You're smart, Halloweth. You can do this.
I don't know who made it.
Sure you do. Sure you do. Of course you do. You've always known. You just don't want to admit it to yourself. Come now.
It's there. I can almost feel it.
You're
I
close.
Is it familiar? Is this feeling that that I sense in this girdle familiar? Is it something warm that I can look up to, or is it something that I'm protective of and that I would try to parent and cajole along?
Why can't it be both?
One is looking up and one is looking down.
Luckily, your head moves in many different directions.
Who is both up and down? And I guess he'll have a sense of. He wants to try and guess who it is. He thinks it's between. Well,
Go ahead and make me an insight. Make me an insight
Yeah,
check.
okay.
Let's let the dice decide this one.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. This is just going. Now you're just giving it to Zach instead of like
Mhm.
trying to make me guess.
I want to let
Okay.
you figure it out, and also let's use the dice to sort of help us along our way as this
Yeah,
ancient
sure.
elf delves deep.
No, he doesn't get it. He just rolled 3 1s on a d6.
Oh.
So
Oh,
The voice behind you at the top of the tallest tower in Gondolin takes a step closer to you. Its leather boot hits the ground with a solid thunk.
Mm.
Come now, Halloweth. It's all there. You've already figured it out. You just haven't put the pieces together, like the puzzles we used to do.
oh,
Well, the one.
1 was enough.
Yes, I quite agree. Come now.
I'm feeling frustrated.
You can channel that. Tanel does.
I'm not to know.
No, you certainly are not. Who are you?
I am Halweth Eoson.
And who is he? The one that made this girdle.
And how I'm going to roll another insight check.
Go for it.
now.
Go for it.
Oh my god. Okay.
Is he torturing himself by running one at a time?
What happened? What did you roll?
So my d12 was a 9. I was like, great. I barely did anything. I've 4 d6 in my dots. 4 1s.
Forbidden knowledge.
You need to melt those dice down.
yeah, just start chucking them across the room.
I mean, maybe bleep that or not. I don't care. But
You want to use a hope point? You still got hope points if you want to use
that's
them.
true,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, use a
I'll
Okay,
allow you
yeah,
to-
yeah.
yeah.
I've got loads of those. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do that now. It feels appropriate. it feels needed. Okay, come on, you little. Okay, yeah, we made it now. We got a 4 now. Thank goodness.
Halloweth. The girdle was not always there, and now it is. What great power has arisen in the world? And you hear another step closer as the leather boot hits the stone, gets closer to you.
Well, the great power that is most recent is the Wind Lord himself.
Now, ask yourself the next logical question.
Why?
Make
Why
an
would
insight
he-
check for me.
Why would he protect something? Unless he wants to protect his... What would his people be? Doriath was... The Girdle of Melian was created to save the people within and keep them safe. What if Gua here is trying to keep his animals safe? He's fearful. I'm gonna roll an insight check the same. This is just also
Yeah.
Thinking out
Internal
loud.
model
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
flavor.
sure.
Tell me what you get.
Yeah, he beats his target number with a 6.
The word werewolves pops into your mind. Beery, the swords that are on the beach. Oh, sorry. Should we not cut to the next?
No, you can.
The
You
what?
can.
Yeah.
Hallis is going through it.
Yeah. Beery,
Oh.
Erkirion, Tanel, Tariel. The four of you are on the beach, having received some great news, some urgent news, and some not so great news. And your sister, Erkirion, is gonna look up at you, and Lothariel is gonna say, brother, what just happened?
I look to the group. What's a golem? Because I'm
Yeah, he has no idea.
I'm
Why
mostly
would he?
reacting. I see the urgency in the second message, but the ultimate message I'm going, that's the one that killed the group the most.
I'm still holding on to Tariel's.
Tariel
Mhm.
has
Mhm.
just set you down.
Well, I was quite enjoying that, but it could end at some point, I guess. Do not fret, Commander. And he kind of like over his shoulder to Kiri. He's a friend of ours that
curse.
well, he has a problem getting lost and running off. But I bet you he's looking for us. Yeah. And he kind of also is saying that to Tariel to try and like bolster her a little bit. Yeah, I bet he's trying to look for us and to help save Middle Earth and all of that.
Okay.
Tariel, turns. Just walks away. She walks away. She walks towards the ocean. She looks out over the ocean.
What's she doing, Erkirion?
No, if she's not talking, she's real pissed.
That was very loud. Charlotte, at some point, I am going to need you to re-record that because you peaked the mic
I know.
so much, we didn't hear a thing.
I didn't expect you.
Amazing.
I also tried to face it away from my mostly sleeping husband. It did. Sorry, honey.
Just sheets go flying.
Gollum is the worst thing, the second worst thing that ever happened to me. And when I find him, I will throw him into the sea.
Brother, I think Gollum is a bad person.
Well, it sounds like it. Listen, I've had
He's
to
a
make amends.
conniving. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. I go, right. I'm a little conflicted here to my sister. Well, it seems that this being has the capacity to maybe want to help us save the world, and there's also a rocky past. And I've had to make amends with such a character before, so, maybe, and I'm just leaning heavily on what Beery has told me. So maybe this person, maybe they have a new future ahead of them as well, right?
Tanel,
Oh yeah. Don't you
Help me.
worry. He'll come through.
I do hope, Tariel, truly, that he is looking for us, and he has not waltzed directly to Gwai here. But I am more concerned about that middle message. We need to leave. We only had so many days. I can't let him down. You understand that, right?
Yes.
Who's telling us to go to Minas Tirith?
Remember when I said there were more allies than you knew of?
Yes.
Them. An army. A whole army. The armies of Mirkwood, the armies of Rohan. Anyone who can hold a sword.
And they
is
can be
heading-
trusted for sure. This isn't the message of someone imitating their
No.
signature, or
No,
With my life.
No one else
Aye.
knew.
I would trust them with my life.
then I agree. I think it is of most import that we expedite this journey, and we need to, as Halloweth said, we need to speak with my father post haste.
Halloweth. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Tanel. Go
Tanel,
ahead,
just
Tanel.
really quick, he must understand he is not alone.
I think
That's all.
that's all we can hope.
Halloweth.
One little thing. I'm
Werewolves.
sorry.
Oh,
is
yeah. No,
in-
sorry. Go ahead,
in,
Beer.
like
Go ahead.
agreement with in the entire time, like as Tin is explaining all of this,
Mhm.
Beery's just hype manning it real hard,
Mhm.
furious nods, like good hand gestures, just really getting really trying to staple this together here. How many swords did he get?
Oh, all 6. The pirates are nowhere to be seen.
Oh, even better. He clutches the cutlasses together, and yes, and preparations must be made, and just waltzes into the forest.
Waltzes into the forest.
Not towards where the king is, just somewhere else, private,
Somewhere off.
private.
Okay. Okay.
Oh God, this
Okay.
situation is devolving. Do I know where the pirates meandered off to?
Halloweth. We're,
Yeah.
we're
Hello.
sorry, I couldn't resist. We will come to that in a moment, Trevor.
Perfect.
I promise.
No worries.
Halloweth.
Yes.
Werewolves.
Wolves of where? Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Werewolves. What the? Okay, can I roll a lore check? What the hell does Halloweth know about werewolves, and what
Lore check.
history
Make a
does?
lore check
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. He's gonna do that right now. This is just a series of checks, and he's already beaten it. Just a single roll. He beats it by a lot, like 7.
By 7. Okay.
Mhm.
Hang on. There were werewolves in the first age of Middle Earth. You remember fighting some of them. The largest and the tallest was, in fact, Sauron himself. And you remember that Morgoth, his master,
Hmm.
would raise corrupted wolves. I think Max has it. And in the midst of corrupting them, would fill these wolves with a malevolent spirit. A Maya, actually. Same idea of the sun and the moon in Middle Earth, and the various corrupted spirits like Balrogs and wizards taking form in other living bodies.
Oh,
Werewolves.
werewolves. Werewolves. Gwahir is raising werewolves
There it is.
within the
but
girdle.
Not exactly,
Oh,
Halloween. Close. You're on the right track. You're so close. I'm so proud of you. You have surpassed all of my expectations.
You
But
haven't
you called
changed
me
one
here.
bit.
You called me here. It's a dream, Alueth. Nothing more.
Oh, I'm all
Which
too
is 6
aware.
HP off the final boss.
Yeah.
I do this to myself.
Good.
You did. You really did.
Sorry, Apex. I was going
You
strong
went
for like
full-
2 or 3
You went
episodes.
full Arwen.
I did. Technically that's Aragorn, but that's
Oh, it is.
neither here nor there. Yeah. It's the what you're
It's a
in, you
dream, nothing more.
understand.
Oh, but this is a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a dream. Nothing. Anyway, yes.
I was thinking Arwen going, this is a dream. And but it's a good dream. That one.
Porque no los dos, Let's use both. But yeah, it's a dream.
Okay, so I've got what Gwahir is doing. I've got who made the girdle. Uh, and partly why I just don't know how the werewolves connect with the girdle, which is going to be my. What do I roll for that?
Insight
Uh,
or lore with ill favor.
Oh man.
The numbers are going to be different, but just
if I have favor in law anyway, is that just a regular roll?
I'll allow you to make a flat lore roll.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. Okay, yes. I beat it by 4.
So what your total was?
15.
15. With a 15, the werewolves were the inciting thought.
Okay.
But perhaps it's not just werewolves. Erkirion, you and the rest of the members of the party are still at the beach, and Beery has walked off.
Oh.
Okay. Where are the pirates?
In the woods. There
Great.
were magical floating lights spelling out words. They are gone. And Tariel just screamed into the forest. Now think
I
about.
screamed into the sea. I screamed into the
Oh,
sea.
well, I'm sure the very militaristic father with many armed people at their backs will just take that in stride.
These
It'll be
pirates are going to
fine.
get themselves killed.
They
Did they
might.
run off Zengaya's direction?
Sengaya means more safety than this beach to them right now. No insight
Right.
checks needed.
Right. Straight to the arms of 12 men and my father. Well, goodness. Okay. I send my sister back off towards, I assume, the house.
You
Well, what
want-
time is it? What time is it right now?
It's approaching evening.
Okay. I don't know if it's safe. So do I know how far away the house is?
No.
Okay.
I can
God.
I can show you if we all wanna the the pirates. I know where it I can your elf friend is gone though. We can go find him.
Ooh. Group, if we don't find those pirates before they find my father, there's going to be violence erupting just through those trees, and whatever convincing we think we need to do for my father will be kaput. We better start moving. But I ask my sister how far away the house is by walk, by run even.
Running perhaps 5 minutes. Father didn't want to be too close to the center in case something happened, and the boat is we have a boat. We have a very large ship, but now we have 2, so I'm not sure how that helps. But you can follow me.
Do you know, I say like that whoever's here on the beach should go after the pirates, and then I want to take her back to the house for safety and like run her back. But on the way, if the group agrees, and then on the way back, I want to ask her if she knows anything about father's attempts to go back to the mainland.
As you begin to motion to this, you watch as all of the pirates, Sengaya included, with their hands up, bows drawn with the soldiers behind them.
Excellent.
Akirion. These pirates are under my control. Why are they not under yours, son?
You see, Father, these pirates are timid men. They left their swords behind and ran off in fear, for there was a flight of. I looked to my group. What was it? Fireflies? Yes,
Yes.
fireflies.
Make me a persuasion check.
So
take favor because
fatherly.
you
All
take,
of the
take favor.
fireflies were carrying very tiny daggers, Father. They were quite menacing,
Right.
shaking their little fists.
Okay. Um,
As you can see, we fought them all off by ourselves.
a 9, a 1, and a 4. So that is
Where's our swords?
14.
Did the fireflies take our swords? Sorry, I
You had to.
That's
had
the
to.
bit.
14 persuasion against my 11.
Okay. Your father looks at Sengaya. Fireflies. Your men fear fireflies. She looks back, giving the same energy right back. My men and woman fear the unknown. And right now, all of nature is rebelling. And that makes it an unknown. Fair. You're missing, he looks around. You're missing one. Where is the tall elf? I would speak with him.
I just gesture up, up the ship.
He doesn't wish to speak with you. Careful. Don't interrupt him right now. It's a bad idea.
I'll let the elves speak to that. I just know he's up there, and I like to interrupt his personal time. Apparently, it's how we met.
It's true.
Halloweth.
Yeah.
Werewolves, girdles, power, Maiar, spirits. You're missing something because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fit. The pieces are not moving together.
No, it's not. Yeah, he has all the pieces kind of there. He just doesn't know how they mesh.
The pieces are on
coherently.
the board. You just haven't put the puzzle together.
Well, it's difficult with you talking in my ear. This was the
I'm
problem
not
last
talking
time.
in your ear. You're talking in your head, please.
Let me focus. Let me.
Very well.
What is he rolling? Another law? Is he rolling? What's he rolling here?
I'll let you tell me. You can roll an insight check. You can roll a lore check. The insight check will help you figure out the puzzle. The lore check will give you more pieces to put it together faster and lower the DC of the insight check.
Okay, he'll do one more law check then. He needs something else. There's something else missing and he knows it.
Give me a lore check.
Okay. Oh, oh, 2 6. That's a lot. That's 24.
24
Yes,
out of a
24.
possible 30 that you can
Yeah.
roll.
No,
Okay.
yes.
3d6s and
Yeah,
1d12,
yeah,
30?
yeah, 24 out of 30. So
Okay.
it's a lot.
In missing your maximum by only 5, please put 1 extra d6 back into your lore scores.
Yeah.
Yes!
Heaven above. Good grief, finally.
God.
Oh my word. Ah,
It's been a long time coming.
shit. Yes.
And it
Okay.
dawns on you in this moment.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a good dawn.
The werewolves, they were creatures, but they were also spirits. The creatures and the spirits had a kind of symbiotic relationship, and they worked under the mantle, under the thumb of Morgoth, of Sauron. You've watched as creatures in the Third Age have not only acted of their own will, more so than you've ever seen before, but they've spoken to you. Very similar to what Sauron did, a Maya within flesh. Very similar to what the Badgers did to you, a Maya and a creature. It's what the Badger did. It's what Beorn has done. It's what Beorn's children did. As you remember Beorn relating the moment to you, when he watched his child, a human, be corrupted with dark magic and be absorbed by one of the Huorns. There is a
You mean Grimbjorn?
Excuse me, Grimbjorn.
Okay.
I mean Grimbjorn.
Yeah. No, I figured.
Yeah, sorry. You remember Grimbjorn's children being absorbed into the Huorns. It's a combination. It's a symbiosis. I will allow you to make another insight check, please. And because you have all of the pieces to the puzzle, I will allow you to do it with favor this time.
Like reading, I'm just
I-
deep in the wiki right now. Like
Oh,
so
same.
mad at myself I haven't figured this out yet. I mean, if it's just Sauron.
Are
It's
they
not clear.
people?
You'll see.
I got a 23 with a 6. So I beat my target number by 7.
The voice behind you says, "Open your eyes, Halloweth."
He does so.
You're back on the crow's nest, and the voice behind you remains and says, "Look closer." And you watch as the shimmering veil you saw just off the coast has moved ever closer to you and is moving at the speed of, let's call it a Zamboni, one of those things you see on the ice. It's slow and it's still far away, but it's moving. And it was probably moving this whole time, but you're in a boat moving faster than it, and you lost track of it, but there it is, because there's animals and werewolves and girdles, and it all comes together in this moment. The time of the beast is upon you. But Gwaihir can't control the beasts, but he can corrupt them. And the spirits that were potentially already corrupted are more than willing to inhabit yet again, just like the werewolves they did before, the bodies of creatures within Middle-earth.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh, bollocks. Right. Okay.
Now is not the time for foul language, Halloweth, please.
He has two. There is one other thing that he needs to know now, which is how this has affected Gorge in particular. Was Gorge affected with an evil Maya spirit? Because that wasn't evil.
Give me an
Or-
insight check.
Or was it?
He is the best boy.
That would be
He is the best boy.
devastating. That would be devastating.
Don't even say that. Just don't.
Oh,
Even,
yeah.
Don't even think about it.
I'm sure live chat's
So
having
they're
an absolute connection.
They've already put
spirits
it together.
spirits attached to
There's
the animals.
symbiote, but I just don't know.
Oh,
There
no.
are different types of Maya. Maybe I beat my target number for insight by 1.
Gorge is a very kind-hearted creature.
Yeah.
Gorge can also speak. So perhaps it is true that while the evil creatures you've met and spoken with or defeated have occasionally tried to harm you, perhaps the corruption does not go nearly as deep as you assume. Perhaps there are those willing to help. But that's just a theory for now.
Okay.
Erkirion. We'll come back to you in a minute, Halloweth.
Mm.
He's on the boat. Why?
Actually, let me think. Do I know that he's meditating on the girdle and the magics within?
Oh, yeah,
and
actually,
all
none
that?
of you
Okay.
see him. None of you see him. He's just gone.
Yeah,
what?
because he did.
Oh.
Yeah, he kind of just like
Irish
we
goodbye.
talked about
Yeah.
the needing to convince my father, and then he kind of just
I
disappeared.
need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He will return. He never goes far. And it's usually very important when he steps away.
Ariel. Tanel. Make me scan checks, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I know I just keep throwing things at you this episode.
No, I love
And-
rolling.
And my human eyes scant. I
Yeah.
forget.
No. Beery. Sorry, Erkirion. Did you? Gandalf again.
John, I don't know what's happening.
It's fine. I just believe you have weighted dice now. There's
I-
no.
I don't It's the ones they sent me. It was the One Ring team. It wasn't me. They
It's the
gave me
balance with
weighted dice.
Zax. All of his ones balanced out
Yeah,
with all of your
please. They're
Gandalfs.
taking all my ones.
Charlotte's doing another.
Another
it?
one.
Is
Oh,
that another Gandalf?
That's a
wow.
one.
You could have
A
saved
No,
it.
it's-
Vance.
a one,
Oh,
and a
no.
two.
Oh,
Yeah, it's an Eye of
oh
Sauron.
no.
You guys see
Um,
opposite things.
Yep.
So
That is a
Tori
bummer.
took all my mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tori.
That time I didn't see. Look, that time I'm not cheating.
Hoping Tanel will just clue me in, because maybe Tariel is still just too mad to see clearly. I don't know.
You can't see clearly yet.
This works because Tanel's on a mission now.
There we go. Tanel,
hmm
you also see a shimmering veil going hundreds of feet up, slowly inching its way closer. It's still far off, and the rest of you haven't seen it yet.
Wherever Halloweth is, I'm sure it is fine. We have pressing things to speak about. And she sort of just broadly gestures to her group, to Prince Imrahil, need to get to Minas Tirith.
Lass, as I have just learned, it seems the lot of us are marooned on this island.
I do not believe that.
Good
I've
for
just-
you.
I've,
What's up, Zach?
no, I've just realized that I've given everyone this bloody plan. I've said, hey, I have a plan. Now go convince them of it, and not been
Yeah.
there for the convincing of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloweth should
Charlotte.
pop up in the crow's nest like, aye. That would be a real good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
Max
good
has said
timing.
He's in
something
his own
terrible
head.
in the chat.
What did
What
you...
happened?
Max has had a terrible epiphany in the chat, and Dawn
Um,
isn't saying anything about it.
That's
What?
what I'm saying, Max.
What? Oh, Max is taking a big sip of his drink.
That's what I was saying with the bears.
Do you want to share with the class what the theory is?
No, this is Barry's doing something else. Like Max is
Okay.
over here as a terrified passenger.
Okay. Taria, Tanel, Bueller, Halloweth.
Tariel's got nothing. Tariel's on
Yeah.
standby. I will perhaps all she can offer is, because she can't see the shimmering thing.
Mhm.
Believes that it's there. She's told that it's there, so it must be. We were just on the mainland. Perhaps for some reason we can pass through. I don't know how it works, if exiting and entering are... The only thing to do is try, surely.
Try again. Wind up exactly where we have been 3 other times before. And this is Imrahil.
What happened then? In detail, please.
A compulsion, a desire to jump off board the ship.
Then I will tie myself to the mast.
Yes, I'm sure you will try that.
You told me.
We've tried it, lass. I'm sorry.
Perhaps the Girdle's powers are stronger on feebler minds.
Oh, don't. Oh.
Jeez, fuck.
No.
All right.
No.
So I start to put.
Nope.
Look, he's mortal.
He gets
Ugh.
right up to your face, Taria.
Sure.
Speak your piece.
You are a mortal man, prince though you may be. Your time here is short, shorter even than mine, so far. There are things that you do not know. There are places to which your power does not extend. Perhaps, if you lowered your hubris and raised your faith, you might find that you are able to go places you couldn't before. That's what I've found.
Stronger together.
Is that not how armies work?
Being together is one thing. Being an army is another.
And there is one.
Hmm?
Heading towards Minas Tirith as we speak.
My army, my lord.
Men, elves.
He holds up a hand and a finger to you, Tanel. Your army.
She straightens and just tightens her hands on her daggers. Yes. My king leads my army to battle. Will you come?
I'm not usually inclined to follow generals who abandon their post.
She smiles and says nothing.
Can I
you
reach
did
out?
ra- Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
No,
Can
go
I
ahead.
reach out through Asanwe and just say, Halloweth?
What
In
you
an
got,
urgent
buddy?
voice, like, please, wherever you are,
Uh,
you gotta
Halloweth.
roll up.
yeah.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
Your
Ugh.
eyes opened, gazing
Mhm.
out into the stars and the sea yet again.
Yeah.
The voice
Yeah.
behind you. You're being summoned again.
I'm always being summoned.
Have you told her she looks exactly like Idril?
I haven't thought of Idril for a long time.
Surely you must. The similarities are
I know. I'm aware.
the hair.
I
the
haven't
face.
told her, no.
Will you? I don't mean to pry, you understand.
I know. You're not. You are my head.
Am I?
I'm clearly in conflict with myself over this, so I will work that out in time. Now is not that time.
Am I? In your head.
Where else would you be?
Speak with Tanel. And the sensation of dissociation leaves your head. You are back. You hear Tanel's voice
Oh,
shatter.
God. Oh, my head. Oh. Yes, I'm
Aleph,
here. Hello.
you know Gwai here's plan. He's taken over Middle Earth, and the spirits are going to help him.
Oh, all the curses that Halloweth knows are being, like, just word vomited through Osame, through his own mind into the air. Just
Oh, I think I hear your elf. He's on top of your crow's nests and Gaia. Yes.
and then all you hear, like, faintly from the crow's nest is coming.
I'll let you jump off the crow's nest into the
Yeah.
water if you really
Hell
want.
He's gonna jump down. He's gonna
Yeah.
saunter over, and then he kind of looks. There is definitely the look in his eyes
Mhm.
is nigh on wild.
Mhm.
It is full of revelation, of epiphanies galore, but also of urgency. And he's looking around at everyone, saying, "What could you possibly want?"
You must leave. You must know this. We have to try everything to get through that.
That is getting ever closer.
I know.
Erkirion,
We are either pushed into the sea by our own hand or by it.
it would seem that your compatriots are going to leave you here, us feeble-minded humans, and this is directly at you, Tariel. He has not broken eye contact. It seems that us mere humans must wait.
Oh, no. Forgive me, my lord. That is not what I meant at all.
Your
Just
Highness,
you.
Your Highness, if I may,
Speak.
are you willing? This is going to sound brusque. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to win back your home?
Yes.
Are you willing to sacrifice the people here and know that they may or may not come back?
Insight check.
Yes, he makes it by 3.
He means no, but he says yes.
Your Highness, if you wish to leave and if you wish to break the girdle, which is what is preventing you from returning, you must fully believe in yourself and in your people that you wish to go to potentially what could be your doom in order to get back to Minas Tirith and save the world that you once knew. Do you understand that?
Now more than ever, I think I do. But you must understand. I must save my people first. Those who remain in Dol Amroth. If, and you watch this moment of hope in his eyes. And Arcurion, you would recognize this as the moment. This is the moment that you've been waiting for, the hope that you have tried to rekindle in your father. Faramir, having though lost both of his legs, still maintains hope. He, your father, has simply run off for reasons unknown. Why is he here? Why is he not in Dol Amroth? All of these things run through your mind as he says, I will not abandon my people. But we have no way of leaving. And at this point, I would like Tariel and Beery to make me a scan check, as well as Arcurion.
Yuri's in the woods farting around.
Yeah, I know he is.
Oh,
I know
okay.
he is.
Oh dear.
Scan? Okay.
Finally rolled something worth a shit.
Mhm.
That's a 20 with a 6.
Okay.
That's an 18.
An 18.
An Eye of Sauron for me.
Ooh.
I'm too focused in on my father
Yeah.
again.
So focused in on your dad.
Daddy issues.
Yeah.
Don't we all? Anyway, the two of you, Tariel and Beery, from your separate locations, hear as if the wind begins to rustle, and the waves, Tariel, you notice, seem to be getting a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger. As the moments pass in this conversation, you hear sort of the sound, the rumbling of the waves get louder and louder in your ears. Beery, you look out into the distance, and kind of like the fireflies, but way stronger. Another light.
Right now he's got a little campfire kind of going up. He has his hammerhead anvil propped up, and he's been working on some stuff, and he glances out. Actually, as he kind of glances out, but he's also disassociating a little bit. He's talking to Gorge just as nothing has happened, nothing is happening, everything's fine. And he's knocking the hilts off these swords. And lovely hole we have here, wouldn't you say, my friend? Huh? Yeah. No, proper gold, these ones. Also, Don, what does it look like these hail from? If Beer even knows.
Yeah, I'll have you make a lore check, ill favor.
You got it. Sorry, count them up. It's just a pass with a 13.
With just a pass, you don't necessarily know what kingdom they hail from, but they are very shiny and very valuable. They look human. They don't quite look like Halloweth and Tanel and Tariel's swords.
Okay. Well, that's good. They're from human lands.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just imagining the elves would be able to hear just kind of ping, 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 ping in the distance in the trees.
Yeah.
This is working.
Okay.
Yeah. Talking to his best pal.
Yeah. Ercurion, your father, who still has not broken eye contact with Tariel, going to say, very well, elves. If you mean for us to march to our doom, how best to do it? Are we swimming?
You are not marching to your doom.
And yet your friend insists that we must be willing to do so. as if we have not all already been for many months.
I
I would
say,
not.
Do you want a home?
I beg your pardon, miss.
Do you want a home?
Yes.
Do you want it back?
Once something is changed irrevocably, you cannot go back, not as you were. Better to
Mine-
start anew completely.
I could not agree more, for mine is gone.
And for
Every
that, you
place
have
I
my
have
sympathy, and let me speak. And for that, you have my sympathy. But you have marched onto my island. You have brought my enemy to my shores with my wife and children. And you expect me to follow you without a second thought.
I understand that you have.
Do you?
Listen to me. And there's a rage, and she steps forward.
Okay.
I understand we all have our ancestral squabbling, but it must stop. There is a creature who wishes to plunge this world into darkness for not a care for who falls under his claw. Would you like to let that happen, or would you like to die with a sword in your hand?
I wish.
Because I know my answer.
I wish to live. I wish to protect that which is mine, my family. I did my duty coming here. They can ask no more of me.
Here won't exist if you do nothing. Very soon, if you do not help, this island, everywhere south, west, and east of here, will be plunged into shadow amid a giant wing. That of Guahir, who holds the One Ring of Power.
I have my orders, Master Elf. And I am to stay on this island until instructed otherwise.
From whom?
That remains to be seen.
You know not from whom your orders come?
Lord Denethor.
I figured.
We
Is
had
he
to
a
get the-
coward too?
Lord Denethor lies dead in the Hall of Kings. I do not expect. And he kind of puts his hand to the bridge of his nose again. I do not expect any of you to understand. Those who live so long may treat life differently than ours, but when a man gives his word, it means something.
Careful what you insinuate there, my friend.
And where
You
have
must-
your No. No, you will listen to me. Where have the elves been? This woman has raided my shores, has killed my people, and yet you come to me and convince my son to ask for peace. Where were the elves when Gondor needed aid? In the thousands of years of history, when my city burned, when our kings died, where were you?
We do not insert ourselves in politics.
And yet, here you are.
You think this is a matter of politics? This has nothing to do with any previous grudges that may be held between races or between inter-races. Just
Yes, that's all
humans.
very well and good. And after we've won,
Then you may squabble and fight to your heart's content, but we won't get there unless you are willing to walk to your doom and retrieve your home. There will be nothing left. Do you not understand that? There is nothing left if you do not come with us.
You don't even hear yourself. Free to squabble. Will the elves not assist in
Can
our
I do
resurrection?
an insight check?
Insight check, please.
Thank you. I'm having the time of my life over here. I'm sorry. This is phenomenal. I'm so happy right now.
I'm just looking for an in as you
hit my
guys.
target number.
Yeah.
There's
He's
something off about
so
this guy.
angry. He's so
Mhm.
angry. In this insight check, you know he's angry. He should not be this angry.
Can I take his hand?
Make me an athletics check with ill favor.
Ooh. Holy crap. And this is loud, right, Don?
Yeah. Oh, this is like Beery. If you want to come back in, you absolutely can. The light, by the way, getting brighter.
It's getting brighter out there?
Mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
All right.
Does
With ill
we
fa-
must
okay.
notice this then at this point now.
You would not. You are
Is
Okay.
it
sort
coming?
of.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
fine.
It's coming from the ocean to you all, and I'm going to say at this
Okay.
point it's off in the distance.
That's fine.
As it's getting closer, as Charlotte does math,
Mm-hmm.
what does this light look like? Is it a solitary pinpoint? Is it like a lighthouse coming?
It's like a star. It is flickering, it is moving, and it is coming from the ocean towards the beach.
Like hauling ass or like,
Unclear because you're looking straight at it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Charlotte did some math though.
I
It's
saw
either
that-
15 plus an 8 or 15 plus a Gandalf, baby.
Oh,
Woo!
Very nice.
oh, with a Gandalf.
You said it's ill favor,
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Did.
so
You
it could
did.
be it's
Okay.
with the
Okay. Yeah, even so. I'll allow it. You called me out on it with the insight check. Tariel.
She doesn't say anything.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
But what you notice is a pack, a cloth
Mm-hmm. Yep.
that Imrahil has
Yep.
on his person.
Yep.
And it's round.
So she'll take his hand. As she does it, she feels it. She will hold his gaze. And her other hand will slide to the pack at his side. Take it. Hold it out. Halloweth.
Make me, I need you to make me either a stealth check
Uh-huh.
or an athletics check.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
They're the same, baby. So
Oh shit! I just put it together.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. There's another 6 in there. Here we go. 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13 plus another 6 is whatever that is, 19 with a 6 in there.
19 with an extra degree of success. 1d12, 2d6s.
Hear the
I need-
comments.
Here we go. We got to see him. We got to see him.
Oh no! Come on.
Remind
Good
the
dog.
audience what we need to beat. Charlotte?
A 19.
A 19.
Holy crap.
4. 2. 6.
Six.
I need
No,
to
no,
I need
no.
to Gandalf this. I need to Gandalf this.
No.
1 and 12. Come on, baby.
10.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tariel. No. Erkirion. Was it stealth or was it athletics, Tariel?
Athletics.
Athletics.
They're the same, but for the
Okay,
narrative, I
sure.
think athletics.
Okay. You grab his hand, and Erkirion, faster than you've ever seen a person move. Tariel reaches out, grabs the round cloth, hands it to Halloweth, and cloth rips. And the Palantir falls to the sand.
Yep. And then she will, with now her free hand, she'll just let the sack fall and clasp both of his hands in hers and squeeze.
I have my orders. It had to leave Middle Earth. We will go south. We will travel far. We will find a way.
We will find a way. We, together, will find a way. With or without you. You are a mortal man. You will die. How would you like to die?
The last person who asked me that question died a few moments later. But I'll not kill you. Let's go of your hands. Looks at you, Erkirion. I'm sorry. I abandoned my people. But I had my orders. The fact that you refused to leave. Duty first, son.
I understand. And I think if you still ascribe to duty first, then you must know why this group is trying to convince you, why we have to go back. For everything that you want to not lose, for Dol Amroth, for all of our people. It is of the most, it's the most important thing that we will ever do is go back and fight for everything. To have the honor of having interracial squabbles, to fight to have the honor of existing. Because otherwise, the only other thing that we can see is certain death. And if they are hearing from their people, from their armies, from their king, that they march and they're heading to Minas Tirith, then we must go together. Because I would rather risk everything we have now than guarantee everything be gone tomorrow.
Make me a persuasion check with favor.
Eerie.
Favor means 2 12s. Pick the top.
That's the one. And make sure you roll your d6s too.
I'm not a very persuasive man. Okay, here we go.
Come on, come on.
Ooh, all right, excellent. A 5 and a 10, so I'll take the 10 and a 6. So that's a 16 to my target 11.
Wow.
Okay. With a 16, Sengaya steps forward. I'll go with you, Princeling. This is my home, too. Beery, the light has gotten bright enough that it is now reflecting on their faces. The rest of you would start to notice a strange flicker, almost as if the moonlight is bouncing off of the waves, but much stronger than normal. And
Ocean
as
still coming in.
ocean is still coming in and it is growing a little bit louder, Halloweth, you would notice the veil has started to get closer to the shore and closer. And as Sengaya has this moment, you watch your father's eyes look at one of his enemies. Look at you. Then we shall die gloriously, or bring a new peace to Middle-earth. Beery, the light is now so bright that it is shining like a spotlight.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
As he makes this proclamation, after, on his approach, you would have heard Kiri's riling speech. Beery kind of pokes his head through the tent. There's a tent, right?
There's a tent.
Yeah. Am I interrupting something? He kind of waddles in. He's got something under a cloak. Is there a central table?
I think there's probably a
Like a
table.
war room
Yeah.
kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Sets it down and funny thing about broken things is that they can be mended. And sometimes, and he looks to the head honcho here. And sometimes they're made stronger for it. And he pulls his cloak off, and there is Kiri's shield now mended, very much like Kintsugi.
Kitsugi, yes.
With the pottery, with the gold from the hilts. And also, it's a kind of Gondorian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can't you hear like the distant French horns of Return of the King, just in an echo?
Yeah. For those that are perhaps unaware, Kitsugi is the Japanese art of repairing broken ceramics, and rather than using glue, using a gold-bonded material to put things back together in an effort to make it more beautiful for having been broken and repaired. Erkirion, the shield, stands before you tall, proud, and slightly more golden than the standard silver and steel metal with the pink and blue and the Dol Amroth swan emblem in the background, or in the on the emblem on the shield. The light behind Erkirion and Biri as this shield is presented casts a bit of a glow as the glow begins to grow and the light almost creates a silhouette, Biri, of both you and Erkirion and this shield. And at this point, all of you would begin to notice this light. And it is out onto the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
anybody can go out. I think at this
Also-
point, everyone's
Gonna
kind
go
of
out.
going
Yeah,
out.
let's go out and see what
Okay,
the
yeah,
hell
because
this
you
is.
said I don't recall being in a tent, so I apologize. My head this whole time we were out
At the beach.
on the beach. So
There might not. I
I'm
might not have
visualizing
said
that.
10. I don't
It's
know if
okay,
that was a
maybe it was in
Max
my
thing
head.
or a me thing, but
right.
it's yeah,
maybe
not
it's
important.
maybe it's there's
Or
not
you're
walls
in
on
the
the
clearing
tent.
wherever
It's
you are.
Lean-to.
You notice. Yeah, you
Yeah,
notice
it's a
the
lean-to.
light.
matter.
Yeah, you notice the light. Sorry, that was my bad for not.
It's okay.
noticing.
No, I was just thinking a pavilion where it's
Yeah.
like the walls are rolled up. You know.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I rolled an insight check for this huge freaking light.
I'm actually not
Polish
going
the
to
hell
ask.
out of that shield.
We're
Oh.
not making. We're not making insight checks.
Oh,
We're
I
making
passed.
scan checks.
Oh no.
Ah. Scan time.
Okay.
The 14,
This isn't gonna go well.
which just meets my target number.
Anybody? Zach? What did Hellwith roll?
I have Sauron.
Ooh.
Erkirion?
There-
For the
Is that-
first time, I don't know what just to make sure I have my what I'm rolling against right. I have failed with Saurons for the girdle many times now. Is that what I'm looking at? Because I just Gandalf. Now that I'm not distracted by Dol Amroth or my father, I am now on the other side of this, and I Gandalfed.
Oh,
Yes!
did anyone else Gandalf?
No.
No,
Okay,
but
then
24.
It's a scan check, not an awareness check.
it's a scan check, not an awareness check, because Erkirion, the light is on the water like a stingray on the surface, and it's moving closer towards the shore, and despite the waves, it's not being lost in sea, and it stops at your feet, and it's a small diamond. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode
Oh
of
I
the
turn around and go,
Unpredicted Party.
Did somebody drop this?
Oh my god!
Oh,
Olmo just being like,
thank you all so much for joining us on this rip-roaring revelation
Oh,
giving
wow.
last
episode
case of emotion.
of the Unpredicted Party.
What another incredible episode. You guys
Oh my
are...
god.
Was that the one that you threw in the ocean?
I sure hope so.
It's the one that they grasped together.
Yeah.
He pulled out of,
I'm-
what was it again that you pulled it from?
You
Max,
got it
he
from a
found a
bracelet.
silver.
It's
He
the
found
house.
a
It's the
diamond
ring.
ring.
from-
It was a ring.
Yeah,
And a-
and then
Yeah.
Charlotte, you made it glow. And then we had the
Ninja.
heart of the ocean.
Yeah.
Charlotte, do I detect a single tear down your face?
It might be more than one.
Yeah.
And then Celine
Cute.
Dion plays in the background.
Yeah. Cue the Enya.
It
I'm gonna
literally,
peek them up.
in the campaign that the charity campaign that I just did, one of our players, Mills, God love her, did have a moment. Hopefully you'll see it in the final thing where a single perfect tear rolled down her cheek,
Yes.
and I was like, "Did you?" I asked her. I was at the end of the scene. I was like, "Are you okay?" She was like, "Yeah, that's acting, bitch." I was like,
Wow.
Amazing. Oh,
See,
all
we have to
right.
go through emotional trauma to get that reaction.
Ooh.
We're not that good.
"Oh my god!
my
I
god.
don't want to stop it there. I want to keep going."
I know, but we got to film the Unpredicted After Party, which all of you
Yeah.
can watch at patreon.com/DonMarshall72. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Trevor, remember that time I said 3 episodes and we had
Yeah.
that weird
Go in.
short
there.
episode?
Keep
and-
it
One of us.
going.
One of us. One
One
of us.
of us. What?
I was like,
Thank
what
you.
if there's an alternate ending where I just go, you know what? Dad's right. Bye, everybody. We're staying here. All right. Okay. Well, weird.
At that point, Tanel would just start swimming, just like, all right, fuck it.
Let's see ya.
Can't be that far.
Arwen was I don't know why we left Arwen's side. This is just, I mean,
Oh yeah.
oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
find Eowyn. This is bullshit.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be on Patreon immediately after this. Patreon.com/DonMarshall72. Trevor, if you're cool with it, I would love to have you back for another one.
Anytime.
Cool.
Anytime.
Much love. Thank you so much. Players, and I mean sincerely to all 5 of you, well fucking done. You roll. I was expecting you to roll so well. We were supposed to have a battle this episode, and then Trevor rolled a Gandalf, and we just skipped all of the possible tension from that. And yet, I'll save this for the after party, but this is just a quick thing. You all somehow managed to get the same energy of the bloodlines and the past stuff in a scene I was already creating in a battle scene. Anyway, so well done. I'm so happy for you all. Okay, for real this time, we're going to end it. Thank you all so much for joining. We will be back in 2 weeks at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, that next Monday at 7 a.m., wherever you listen to your podcasts. Remember, we have the live show June 8th in New York at NoCoCon. If you're Canadian, you might actually be closer than most people in the United States. Zach, what
just happened?
What was that?
Is it one of those like gesture things that?
Yeah,
That's awesome. I want it.
I don't know exactly how I activate
Come
it.
on.
It's very temperamental.
How do you do it?
We're all just looking
I think
stupidly
it's
excited.
little-
Like
It's like a double. There you go. You gotta hold it.
It's a what?
that's
Oh.
you have to do thumbs up on the Zoom call, and it
Yeah.
does something.
Oh, thumbs up on the. Huh?
Is it up
We
here?
all look like idiots.
We're-
all
Do that
just-
all the time, though. How did
Oh,
that
he's
never
so
happen?
good at it.
So wait, Zach did it.
How does he do? For those listening on the podcast, I'm so
Stupid
sorry, but this is
Zach.
really funny. I'm keeping this in. I'm not editing that.
I want it so
You
bad.
reason?
just need to do better thumbs up.
Wait, what's
honestly.
how's
It's I
Trevor
don't know.
getting
They're
things?
gestures. You can like thumbs up, thumbs down, smile, and Zach's just really good at it.
Even Max
It
can't
likes
make
my
it work.
thumbs.
Jeez. All right. Well, I mean,
Maybe I've
you know,
got too complicated a background or something.
I don't know. Maybe you should stop rolling Eyes of Sauron, honestly.
Fuck.
Okay. Diamond rings
Yeah.
out of the way and announcements. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you so much to the Rook and the Raven for being our sponsors for these episodes. We will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.